I have some good news for you class clowns. According to a new study, it's a sign of intelligence. Researchers took a look at students between the ages of 10 and 12 with varying IQs. They had the kids write dialogue and jokes for 10 comic drawings. The jokes were then scored by a panel of scientists and cartoonists. And sure enough, the final scores showed the more intelligent children easily outperformed the other students. The authors of the study believe that intelligent people have a better grasp of humor because they, quote, understand how to subvert people's expectations. So the two of you are geniuses.
Yeah, this is who conducted this study?
It's a study.
So it's the joke writers at age 10 to 12 are generally smarter.
Yeah. Right. This one the data.
I mean, if they're writing the jokes, that's smarter than me. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
I think the author of the study was Shecky Johnson. I knew it. I knew this was a sign.
Yeah. Lead author, Professor Ugar Sack.
Oh.
Which is also
sounds made up.
Well, first off, okay, when you have kids and then some of their friends are funny, it becomes apparent very quickly that the smarter ones are the funnier ones and the funnier ones are the smarter ones. Like, what is the opposite than just sitting there like not saying anything or having any thoughts or takes or opinions on anything?
Right.
What did it fucking take so long to figure this out for? Like, I could have been hailed as a genius.
Yeah, a hero.
When I was 18.
You should have been in AP classes.
I could have been celebrated instead of called disruptive.
And knocked down to what? Ceramics and woodshop?
Just ceramics. The woodshop had a practical application in the real world,
Yeah.
and they were like, we want him to be unemployable. You understand me? I said unemployable.
Right.
Funny carpenter.
That's right.
You'll be a funny carpenter.
Well, people have been tweeting this at us for the past 2 days, so we must get to it. The LA Times reports that California will outlaw the sale of new gas-powered lawnmowers, leaf blowers, and chainsaws as early as 2024 under a new law signed by Governor Gavin Newsom. That happened on Saturday. The law requires all newly sold small motor equipment primarily used for landscaping to be either battery-operated or plug-in, and new portable gas-powered generators also must be zero-emission by 2028. So how do we do this? Well, the article goes on to say that Assemblyman Mark Berman said the state has set aside $30 million to help landscapers make that transition from gas-powered. Yes, but a lot of people say that's not enough money. That's not even going to make a dent. 50,000 small businesses that will be affected by this law. And then I was like, wait, this sounds familiar. I know we've talked about this before. Well, LA Times has an article from 98 saying that the law already forbids the use of gas-powered blowers within 500 feet of a residence at any time.
All right, let me explain something about this fucking current hellscape we're living in. I've said it a million fucking times. We have laws.
Right.
There is a law. These are outlawed. We do not enforce the law because we always decide what the optics are of enforcement of a law. So it's like, you don't pay your fucking taxes, rich guy. We'll definitely enforce that shit. And if you want to drive in the diamond lane, we'll enforce the fuck out of that. And you want to park your Lexus a foot into the red, we'll enforce the fuck out of that. But homelessness, we have no thoughts. You can just fucking camp your shit anywhere and take a dump on any sidewalk you want. We'll not enforce it. There's laws about it. Yeah. We don't fucking enforce it. There's laws about leaf blowers. They don't like the optics of it. It's the brown people. It's the poor brown people. The only people really working, making a living with a leaf blower in Los Angeles are poor and Hispanic. And they don't enforce that shit any more than they don't enforce the shit where the guy's driving around the bootleg ice cream truck or they're selling flowers across from Forest Lawn. Yeah. Oh, they're fucking handing out tickets to soccer moms that are going 7 miles an hour faster than the speed limit, but they're not doing anything to any of the people down at the Staples Center selling the street meat or the flowers or all this huge underground economy. It's all done by poor Hispanics. That's their voting block. They don't like the optics of it, so they don't fucking enforce it. That's how it works. So again, we live in a society where it's like, is this... What's worse, going 7 miles an hour faster than the fucking speed limit or taking a shit on the fucking sidewalk and sleeping in a park and terrorizing kids? We don't enforce things. It's all fucking political. They figure it out. So that's how it is. Now, climate change has now trumped Hispanics. So now that's a better optic for them. Like, well, now it's this, but then what do we do with the poor Hispanics? By the way, The fuck you? Chainsaws? How about you use some of the fucking chainsaws to manage the goddamn forest, bitch? Because we're going to outlaw gas-powered generators or chainsaws or whatever. Twice a year is a fucking forest fire that puts more fucking soot and carbon in the air than 10,000 chainsaws all running 24/7 for 1,000 years, you fucking retards.
Yeah, it's not going to affect anything. Well, what kind of leaf blower do you use?
I don't use one.
Right, it's never going to affect you. All these little laws and things they place, I don't know.
Well, and that's
I pay
the thing.
a guy that's got a leaf blower.
But we love a good health angle, right? The only person that is consistently getting fucked by this is the guy using the leaf blower. Don't we want to say we care about him?
That's funny.
But they won't enforce it, like you said. They're not going to bother with it. So it's a silly article.
When you mentioned the subsidy thing and they're helping out the cost. I was curious. I have not bought a leaf blower in quite some time. On Amazon, most, if not many, if not most, are under $100. You get some high-end ones for like $150.
The two-stroke kind?
No, these are electric. The ones that we were required to go to.
Because there was a guy, I kept reading, and they quoted some guy being like, a brand new leaf blower, like that's going to be anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000.
No, the leaf blower is not that expensive.
Talk about the mowers.
The problem I think that you're dealing with the folks who do it for a living is you're going out and you're doing 6-7 houses a day. That's your job. Right. It's not the driveway homeowner weekend warrior. It's you got to head out and you got to do this. Now, then there's the practical thing of who's going to charge the leaf blowers and the lawnmowers. The lawnmowers don't work as well. Maybe the leaf blowers are catching up. Chainsaws not as well. But now you're dealing with you doing 7-8 houses. You got a pickup truck. Who's charging all this shit? How are you charging all this shit? When you get to the 6th house, your lawnmower's way out of juice.
It's like a Tesla, right? Like it's a great car if you're going to the mall.
But
if you're going to go on a road trip, you got to charge that thing every few. It's the same thing. If they're doing 8 or 9 houses, they go, wait, I'm going to take a 2-hour break and charge all my materials.
Aren't some of these meant to be plugged in to operate? Like they're direct AC current?
That's the other thing too, which is then you got to plug it in. Then you got to climb the tree with the chainsaw that's plugged in, or do the leaf blower. It just they don't want to do it. It presents a big issue for them. Try to mow a lawn with the extension cord on it, and then go plug it into the house or find an outdoor outlet or something. They're not going to want to do it. But my thing is
moot.
Here's my thing. I've been yelling about leaf blowers for a million years. It's two things. They're always talking about pollutants. Mm-hmm. First off, it's the fucking sound pollution that's insane. It's deafening. It's like, and there's no hours anymore. This is Saturday morning, Sunday afternoon, whatever. It's fucking bugs the shit out of you, number one. It's not what's coming out of the tailpipe. It's they're blowing into the air.
Being kicked up.
Yeah.
You live where we live. It's desert. It's dry. It's hot. It barely rains. The fucking roads and the driveways, they get this thin layer of dust basically on them. Start blowing that shit. It is a full cloud of rat shit that's been weaponized. Cockroach legs. It's all particulars. Is it particulates, and you're sucking them in. And they'll tell you the worst thing ever for your lungs is sucking those things in. They don't come out. So
here's the question. Why not a leaf vacuum?
With the technology I don't think, they have leaf vacuums, but I don't think, here's how we need to do it. Brian and I were arguing about this 10 years ago, which is outlaw the leaf blower, level playing field. Show up with a fucking rake, put the shit in the trash can. All the gardeners are going to have to charge their clients an extra 30%. Or whatever that thing is. You're going to have to charge them. But then your client, Rich Whitey, is going to be footing the bill for it, not coming off the back of the Hispanic. And you'll go, well, okay, but the guy who does 6 houses a day is only going to do 4 houses a day. That's right. Then he's going to charge 30% more. It's just one of those things. It's like... They made a rule that cars have to have airbags. And it's not like, well, what's Volvo going to do? Volvo's going to do the same thing. Ford's going to do the same thing. They're all just going to pass it. They'll pass it along. No more noise. No more two-stroke pollution. And no more that you're walking your kid or dog on a Saturday and you turn down the side street and you see that big plume, just blowing it out down the driveway.
Cloud,
They never blow it toward the house.
No.
They're blowing it at the street. They're blowing it down the driveway. And you see that big plume with the sun coming through it.
Right.
And you have to like stop and go
It's
like
glistening.
I've run through that plume 1,000 times like a fucking linebacker entering his college stadium. You know, just a guy holding a flag in front of me running.
You're doing the Ray Lewis dance. You're picking up grass and throwing it.
Throw some sod down. All right, so get rid of all of it. Get them back to rakes and pass it on.
Yeah, I would love that. Well, there's another new law in California. It requires large retailers who sell toys and childcare products in the state to offer a gender-neutral section in the store. So Insider reports that Newsom signed the bill during his final action of the 2020-2021 legislative session. That was on Saturday, making his state, our state, the first in the nation to have this requirement. The law applies to companies with 500 or more employees. That's like Target or Walmart.
He's such a fucking douche. He's so, well, first off, he always said that,
Make it
we're
small.
first in the nation. We lead the nation. No, we lead the nation in gas prices, you fucking asshole, and home prices and the shit people care about. They don't care about the fucking third aisle for the he-she's, you fucking retard.
Oh, but I'm sure this is really going to help people because, first of all, it goes into effect in 2024, and you could be fined up to $250.
It's just more regulation. It's just more fucking government control. It's more, now you got a guy who's going to come in and going to go, hey, where's your androgynous zone? And then you're going to go, what? You're going to go, okay, I'm going to write you up. Like, is that really what you want? Do we really want this kind of overreach? A constant, I feel like the government grew tenfold in the last 18 months, right? Like I just feel
The government or our government in California?
The and our just fucking grew out of control. It's like there's a fucking rule for everything now.
Is he trying to be annoying? Like, what a weird thing.
He's pissed because he almost got recalled.
He's
and now we're
bulletproof.
paying
I feel like
for
he's
it.
Teflon.
But he's like doubling down or just going, hey, here's a thing that will annoy everybody.
But you don't like, businesses are leaving. A lot of, talk about the Rite Aids or the pharmacies in San Francisco, like closing down. There's stories every day about businesses going, we can't keep shit stocked. It's like, they're regulated enough.
Yeah.
They got enough to worry about. Why don't you give them a few years to get back on their feet and then start with another fucking regulation? They need a third aisle. For gender neutral.
Yeah, so they can still have their boy stuff and their girl stuff, but there has to be another aisle of gender neutral.
It's so stupid. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
But isn't it? I mean, look, if you like the chick stuff and you're a dude, then go down the chick
Then you already
aisle.
find it.
And then there is a gender neutral is sort of like Monopoly and Life.
Right.
And it's like, put it in the game section.
Yeah,
It's
where
all,
it is. And
Girls don't really
$200.
understand Monopoly.
What's even going to be on the aisle? I don't
That's
even.
true.
That's how dumb I am. I don't even know what would be in the gender neutral aisle.
Play-Doh and shit, probably.
So they
That's
have
my
it.
guess.
But it has to be labeled differently or something.
It has to be in its own section.
But what problem does it solve?
I don't know. It's so confusing. to me.
It's just another. See, we do this thing in California, and Newsom's such a fucking poser, fucking piece of shit. But he's always like, we lead the nation. So his thing is like, we do these things first.
Right.
We were the first to have that. But he acts like he's the first guy who got rid of the segregated counter at the lunch spot
thinks
or
he's
the
Jackie Robinson.
two
He's sitting in his
drinking
office
fountains. Yeah,
going,
he's marching with Martin Luther King.
He made a third drinking fountain.
He's just fucking doing bullshit that no one cares about, and he thinks this is my legacy.
Right.
We were the first to outlaw the leaf blowers and to outlaw this and to say no to fucking that. How about you get the gas prices under $4 a gallon if you can, get some housing.
Yeah.
Clear up. They've got a fucking port that's filled with cargo ships that aren't going anywhere. Like schools suck.
That's hard, though. This is easy.
Huge forest fires every year.
Yeah.
Lots of we're out of water every 10 minutes. Like, how about you work on
7,000
that
homeless
shit?
guys sleeping in front of my house, and this is what he's working on.
But Newsom, when he was on this show many years ago, proudly announced, when I told him, why don't we work big, small, he said, with pride, he likes to work small to big. So to be fair,
He is following.
Pretty small.
the third
to
gender
his word,
neutral aisle, the Boy
true to his
George
word,
aisle
yeah.
of the Zodies. I'm dating myself. Walmart, that is small to big. There's nothing smaller than
Right.
that because it doesn't affect anyone and no one gives two fucks.
I don't think anyone would care about that
Exactly.
at
I
all.
don't even get, I never get why aren't there people around him? Like, why does someone go, like, hey, we got a fucking forest fire, we got homelessness, we got all the cargo ships, container ships piled up in the bay. Like, gas is $5 a gallon. Like, man, we should wait on this one until we clear
and
up
that's
the
the thing.
homeless.
It's like, Gavin, you love optics, right? You love how shit looks. This doesn't look great.
It's silly. Who is aggrieved by a lack of a third aisle?
Nobody.
Like practically, who?
I went to a truck
who
stop
needs this?
in
Listen.
the Ozarks during the pandemic. I was on a big trip, and as a joke, just me trying to be silly and get a little laugh. I was like a Native American staff, and I go, "Hey, I couldn't help but notice there's no Black Lives Matter section." Like as a joke.
Right.
How'd that go over?
Oh. This dude lectured me so hard. He's like, when they start caring about what happened to my people, then I'll care. And he like went on this long. And then I go, I was like, hi, just being a silly guy,
funny
just
guy
joking
here,
around.
funny guy.
Last clown.
I'm going to take that joke to
Went for
Ferguson.
a gag, you know, like I didn't.
1997.
And he was like, okay, but like it really triggered something.
Wow.
But it's kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
I'm sure Gavin Newsom might listen to this show and go, hey, he's right. Every truck shop should have a Black Lives Matter section. And
It's Indigenous Peoples Day, by the way, as we
It
talk
is.
about this. Here's the nefarious part of it. You say, what does it accomplish?
right.
What problem does it solve? Yeah.
None. It just gives him a little more power. Because now we have to create a group
aisle.
of people that have to go in and see if your store is complying
Right.
or not. There's a compliance thing, then there's going to be more paperwork, and there's going to be new, and you're going to have to pull a permit or whatever it is. So it accomplishes a lot for him. It doesn't accomplish much. If you like being heavily regulated, then it accomplishes a fucking lot. And that's what he wants, heavy regulation. By the way, you're better regulating bullshit that doesn't accomplish anything because other things people will tend to do naturally.
Right.
Like businesses will they want to get paid. They want to make money. So in terms of like, here's what to do and let me overregulate you, come up with tons of shit that doesn't amount to anything. That's the real regulation state.
Yeah.
He's just a fucking regulator. That's what he wants. He wants more. He wants fucking outdoor masks. He wants no
Does he think
outdoor
it makes
dining.
people
It's
go like, oh, that's beautiful what he's doing.
dumb
for
people, fucking
Yeah.
people are so weak and so sheepish. They fucking love being herded. They want to get in a crate. Put them in a crate. Crate train those fucking bitches. Just crate train it. Get in the fucking crate, bitch. We'll tell you what's safe.
Yeah, the regulator.
Regulate. They want it. Weird. They love it. They fucking love being told what to do. That's what it is. They don't think they like it.
Just right when you said it felt yucky.
Yeah.
Fucking
I was like,
idiots.
why are we making this aisle?
All right, let's bring it home. I'm
You
angry.
got it. I know. Oh, I just got to tell you really quick that Shatner has to wait a day because of weather issues. So hopefully we're launching him into space on Wednesday. I'll keep you posted. I'm Gina Grad, and that's the news.
All right, the point is people shouldn't care as much as they do.
Gina That was the news with Gina Grad.
Who's it? Bezos' company or SpaceX? Who's launching
Some
Shatner?
blue something.
Origin.
Space Y.
You know, it'd be the greatest.
Blue.
It's an off-brand.
Blue Origin,
it's
yeah.
Bezos.
Blue Origin.
Origin.
I'll tell you, I would any young comedic entrepreneur on YouTube or TikTok, if you would even mock up like a Blue Origin jumpsuit, you know, just like a blue jumpsuit with the Blue Origin, logo on there, whatever, and film it, hide that camera, show up at Shatner's place and go, we got to delay launch. Because you're a little heavy. I need you to come down just a few pounds. Well, you understand. Look,
What are you talking about?
you understand on airplanes sometimes there's too much luggage.
Yes,
You got to
but
take the
that's a
luggage off because of
small
the weight
aircraft. We're
situation.
going on a spacecraft.
This is a lot of luggage, Bill.
Who's luggage? Okay.
We just need you down a few, so we're just gonna. I'm not going to make a
Whatever I have-
scene about it.
Whatever I have to
We're going to
do.
tell the public it's weather.
It's really 18 pounds in 2
But
days.
I need you down.
Yeah.
You understand?
Cut weight.
You see what Southwest just did with the pilots staying home? We're just
Over
gonna
1,000
We're
flights.
going to do that shit with you.
Yeah.
But we need you down. Now, here's some jicama and some tap water. I'll be back with a scale
And a
in 2
trash bag.
days, and
Whatever
hopefully
it
we'll be cleared for launch. Yeah.
I've been asked about that a billion times because I did that TV show with Bill. And
Oh, right.
Yeah, Better Late Than Never. It was like me, Bill Shatner, Terry, George Foreman, and Henry
Harry
Winkler.
Crews, right?
That's a crew.
Yeah, it's fun. But everyone keeps asking me about it on the internet. Like, oh, did you hear Bill Shatner's going to... And I was like, I thought about it so much. Space sounds dumb. Right? Would you go to space? There's nothing you can do.
I want to go.
Spoken like a class clown.
No, think of the worst town you've ever been to. It's more exciting than space.
Yeah, at least you can get
Right,
out.
right. You're
Yeah.
just gonna go up there. You're gonna look out a window and then go, "Can we eat?" They go, "No, there's nowhere to eat up here." Like this we're
We went to
There's
the
nothing
P.F.
for us
Chang's
up
in
there.
Appleton, Wisconsin, and I would argue more to do.
Yeah, there's more to do there.
More to do in Appleton, Wisconsin at the P.F. Chang's than there
That's
would be orbiting there in
sadly true.
Santa Fe. You're right.
People always text me. They go, "Oh, I don't know how you do all this travel crap. You're in a plane all the time. Must suck." I go, "Yeah, it's pretty boring. Planes are. That's all that is. That's just you looking out a little window, going, oh, look at the. If you're not bragging about it, space is dumb. There's nothing to do."
Well, I think once enough people get to outer space, it'll be sort of like tattoos. At a certain point, more people have tattoos than don't have
not
tattoos.
interesting
To be
Right.
there will be a thing in our lifetime, hopefully, where there's been more people in outer space than haven't, and it'll be like because you'll be at a dinner party and you'll go like, "I went to outer space." Yeah, me too.
Yeah, and the story sucks.
The worst day if someone ever went skydiving is have fucking 3 people at the table go, "Yeah, I did that too." Yeah. Pretty easy.
The story sucks. Let's send Adam Carolla to space, right? He comes back. We go, "What was it like?" He's going to, "Oh, it was beautiful. I looked out a window."
It was awesome.
So what?
Strapped
so
to a chair.
Boring.
Yeah. All right. Hot take, Jeff Dye. Let's bring it home. We already did.
Space is dumb.